my last video, I told you something most people aren't ready to hear, that most of us aren't middle class. We're working class. And yeah, it hurt. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Suddenly the stress makes sense. The paycheck anxiety makes sense. The feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're still stuck. Makes sense. But today, I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to show you the exit door. Because most people think the way out of the working class is a higher salary, a better job title, or finally getting that promotion they've been chasing for years. They think more income is the answer. But history tells a very different story. It tells the story of a man named Ronald Reed. He spent 25 years fixing cars, then 17 years sweeping floors as a janitor. No fancy degree, no business empire, no viral side hustle. He never earned more than a basic wage. Yet when he died, he had $8 million in the bank. No inheritance, no lottery ticket, just discipline. So here's the real question. How did a janitor beat the smartest bankers on Wall Street? It wasn't math, it was psychology. And today I'm going to show you the capital secret that quietly breaks people out of the working class, while everyone else stays trapped forever. Stay with me, because this isn't what you've been taught. From the time you were a kid, the deal sounded simple. Study hard, get a good job, work your way up, retire comfortably. That was the promise. And for a long time, it worked. It worked for your grandparents. In 1970, a single income could buy a house, 2 cars, and put 3 kids through college. It mostly worked for your parents, but it doesn't work for you. Because somewhere along the line, the rules changed. Wages stopped rising, costs didn't, housing exploded, healthcare exploded, education exploded, but paychecks, they stayed polite, careful, almost apologetic. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. If you need a paycheck to survive, working class. I don't care if you're a plumber or a software engineer making $150,000. If you stop working and your life falls apart in 3 months, you are working class. Doesn't matter if you wear a suit. Doesn't matter if your job title sounds impressive at Thanksgiving. If missing 2 paychecks would wreck your life, you're not free. You're just well-decorated labor. And the system loves that because working class people are predictable. They are the ultimate consumers. They upgrade their lifestyle the moment income rises. They finance status. They trade time for money forever. And the worst part? They think they're winning because they have a nicer TV than their neighbor. But a bigger cage is still a cage. Let me kill the biggest myth right now. More income does not equal more freedom. In fact, for most people, it does the opposite. It's called lifestyle creep. It's a silent killer. Think about the last time you got a raise. What happened? Maybe you finally moved into that nicer apartment. Maybe you traded in the old Honda for a lease on something European. Maybe you started eating at restaurants where they don't put the prices on the menu. Every raise comes with a bigger car, a nicer apartment, more subscriptions, more pressure. Suddenly your survival cost has doubled. The job owns you even harder now because now you can't quit. You can't slow down. You can't afford to say no to that toxic boss because the BMW payment is due on the 1st. You've built a life. That requires a high-stress environment. Just to keep the lights on, you don't escape the working class by earning more. You escape it by needing less. While building capital, salary is what you earn when you work. Capital is what earns for you while you sleep. That janitor, Ronald Reed, didn't get rich because he earned more. He got rich because he refused to play the same game. While everyone else was upgrading their lifestyle, he was upgrading his ownership. And ownership is the line. On one side, workers. On the other, owners. Salary keeps you alive. Capital sets you free. Let me tell you Ronald Reed's story properly, because it's the ultimate proof that the working class is a mindset, not a tax bracket. Ronald lived in Brattleboro, Vermont. He drove a secondhand car. He used safety pins to keep his old denim jacket together. People in town actually tried to pay for his coffee because they thought he was poor. They felt sorry for him. They saw a man who didn't make it. What they didn't see every single month. Without fail, he bought ownership, and he didn't buy get-rich-quick schemes. He didn't buy crypto or hot tech stocks. He bought boring things. He bought shares in companies like Procter & Gamble, JP Morgan, and Johnson & Johnson. He bought companies that sell soap, Band-Aids, and electricity. Simple, boring, unsexy assets. And he did something Wall Street hates. He waited. He didn't check the ticker every 5 minutes. He didn't panic when the market crashed. In 1987 or 2000 or 2008, he just kept sweeping floors and buying more. He let the most powerful force in the universe do the heavy lifting, compound interest. By the time he passed away, his portfolio was worth over $8 million. He left $6 million of it to his local library and hospital. The man who swept floors, funded the future of his entire town. That's the secret nobody wants to hear. Time plus consistency beats intelligence. The janitor wasn't smarter than the bankers. He didn't have a Bloomberg terminal. He was just calmer. He understood that money isn't something you spend to look cool. It's a seed you plant to grow shade. Most people aren't trapped by money. They're trapped by identity. They tell themselves things like, I'm just a worker. I'm not good with money. I'll start investing when I earn more. That voice? That's the working class mindset, defending itself. It's a survival mechanism because changing your financial life requires becoming a different person. It requires being the weird one. The person who packs a lunch when everyone else is spending $20 at Chipotle. The person who keeps the old phone when the new one comes out. Someone who delays gratification. Someone who ignores social pressure. Someone who values future freedom over present comfort. And that's uncomfortable. Most people would rather be normal and broke than weird and wealthy, so people avoid it. They'd rather blame the economy, blame the system, blame their boss. And look, the system is rigged. That wages are too low and rent is too high. But you can't control the system. You can only control your response to it. Blaming the system is a great way to stay stuck in it. Here's the capital secret in one sentence. Stop using money to signal success. Start using money to buy freedom. That's it. That is the entire philosophy of the 1%. The working class uses money to buy stuff. The owning class uses money to buy assets. Think of every dollar as a soldier. When you spend that dollar on a $7 latte or a designer t-shirt, you've sent your soldier away to work for someone else. You've made the CEO of that company richer. But when you use that dollar to buy an asset, near sensory weights, in buy guides, a fraction of an index fund, a dividend stock, a piece of real estate, that soldier stays with you. And better yet, that soldier has babies. It creates more dollars, and those dollars have babies too. Capital doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't clap, it doesn't congratulate, it compounds quietly, in a dark room, while you're sleeping. And that silence, that's why most people never build it. There's no applause, no validation, no dope from a like on Instagram, just progress. It's the quietest revolution in the world. Here's the dark truth. Even after watching this video, even after hearing about the $8 million janitor, most people will do nothing. They'll nod. They'll agree. They'll even feel motivated for about 20 minutes. Then tomorrow, they'll go right back to spending like everyone else. Why? Because escaping the working class requires swimming against culture. And culture is loud. Culture is a 24/7 marketing machine designed to make you feel inadequate. Culture says, enjoy now. You deserve it. Life is short, but life is actually very long. If you're broke and have to work until you're 80, freedom takes patience. And patience isn't sexy. It doesn't make for a good TikTok dance. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's disciplined. The way out isn't dramatic. It's not a crypto moonshot. It's boring. It looks like this. 1. Living below your means on purpose. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. 2. Buying assets before luxuries. If you want a $500 pair of shoes, you wait until your investments pay for them. 3. Saying no when others say yes. No to the expensive trip you can't afford. No to the financing plan. 4. Staying consistent when no one is watching. That's the price. It's the price of never having to say, yes, sir, to a man you don't respect. It's the price of being able to wake up and decide what your day looks like. Most people won't pay it. They'd rather have the shoes now and the debt later, which is exactly why the exit door is so empty. It's wide open, but nobody wants to walk through. The boring hallway. Let me leave you with this. The world is divided into two groups, those who work for money and those whose money works for them. If you keep doing what the working class does, you'll stay where the working class stays. The system is designed to keep you on the treadmill. It wants you tired. It wants you hungry for status. It wants you in debt. But if you adopt the habits of owners, even quietly, even slowly, your future changes completely. It doesn't happen overnight. It took Ronald Reed 40 years. But it happened permanently. This isn't about getting rich. This isn't about being a billionaire. It's about never being trapped again. It's about the peace of mind. That comes from knowing you own your time. The exit door has been open the whole time. You just weren't taught to see it. Now you can. The question is, will you walk through it?